I imagine if you got money, you see some kind of interest that Trump is doing for you. I mean, he does help the rich.
Although Nick Cannon is a special case because when he lays out why calling the Democratic Party the party of the KKK, he's talking about information from 160 years ago.
Also,
but he's saying it like he's laying down some knowledge. It's like, brother, everybody's already way past that.
I'm going to be back at the Broadway Comedy Club. That's going to be Friday, April 17th. Get your tickets at doubletoastedny.com or go to doubletoasted.com. I chose what we were talking about today kind of based on you being here because it's something that is happening. And somebody, I even saw saying, y'all even talking shit before we started. What's the big deal with that? I think Nick Cannon's more interesting. Nick Cannon supports Trump. What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah. You know, you get a lot of these, has-beens who are suddenly coming out for Trump. You're like, is this to try to gain some new popularity? I don't think it's going to work.
Crazy. Yeah, that's what I can say. This is a new age of ignorance.
Well, like somebody says, like, man, Nick Cannon supports Trump. You're like, okay, so.
And you know what? I just assume that people do more than I don't. Yeah. And if you got money and you kind of off, I mean, Nick Cannon got like 50 babies now. Yeah. And you know Nick Cannon.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of like one of those things where if the economy is working for you, if you've got millions of dollars, it's easy to support what's going on.
Yeah. You know, I imagine if you got money, you see some kind of interest that Trump is doing for you. I mean, he does help the rich.
Although Nick Cannon is a special case because when he lays out why calling the Democratic Party the party of the KKK, he's talking about information from 160 years ago. Also, but he's saying it like he's laying down some knowledge. It's like, brother, everybody's already way past that.
Yeah.
It's like you just read a book.
As I said, age of black ignorance.
I run into this all the time as a sports fan where it was just like, oh, can you believe that person supports Trump? And I'm like, that dude goes to the gym like 10 hours a day. I doubt he's read about anything. Why do I care?
Yeah. Exactly. There's ignorance and there's people who just, like what you say, like he just read a book. Oh shit, man! I can't wait to drop this knowledge over you.
Did y'all know?
Yes. We knew. Yes. Man, people, let me explain this whole Republicans used to be Democrats type thing. Man, they're the same people. Just a different title. They're the same. They just switched titles. And you know why they switched titles? Because they still want to be shitty people. And they want to separate themselves from, I guess at the time, Republicans were doing something that pissed off some people. Do you know this?
The great switch happened because of Lyndon B. Johnson.
Was it because of Lyndon B. Johnson?
When JFK passed away, Lyndon B. Johnson did everything he can to shove civil rights as far as he could, to the point that he didn't get a second term because he shoved and made so many people unhappy for the better. But like people going to school with National Guard and stuff like that, that was because of him. And he always looked up to FDR and Teddy Roosevelt and was like, I'm going to push this shit as far as I can. I don't care if I don't get a second one.
Yeah, because he was Lyndon B. Johnson. Y'all don't know anything about Lyndon B. Johnson. A couple of interesting things about him. One, he used to like to talk to people and do political business while taking a shit.
Yeah.
You can go to the Lyndon B. Johnson house in Johnsonville or whatever, like Johnson City. Yeah. We got a place there called Johnson City. Have you been to Johnson City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've driven through it, but I want to go. I actually want to go to the Lyndon B. Johnson house, but they got in the bathroom. There's a phone next to the toilet paper. Whatever. he would not only talk on the phone, but he would talk to people while taking a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, and people just have to sit there and take. It was like a flex for him.
Yeah, that was his power move about like, let me tell me about your idea, and then he would wait outside. Keep telling me about it.
Yeah, you have to smell his shit.
I'm listening. Keep going.
Yeah, you would actually sit there and smell his shit while you do politics, and that was a flex for him. The other is that he didn't even like black people. He just did it because the pressure was on. Because there all the images, like America was finally seeing, oh, these poor black people getting mauled by dogs and beat down and everything. Yeah. And so public sentiment kind of turned, and he had no choice but to do it. In fact, he actually said about MLK, he's like that activist down south causing trouble, but
But hey,
yeah,
look at this.
So I guess you're right. By the time Republicans started supporting civil rights, shit, they just had people just like, I'm just gonna move over here.
It's called like the Great Switch or something like that.
Yeah. But they were that's just a title. They're the same people. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no deep thing right here, man.
Right. Well, plus it's like, okay, so which party is the Ku Klux Klan voting for right now? I mean, it's simple.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want me to? I don't know, man. It's people just talk and get on. That is the beauty and the problem of the internet.
Yeah,
it's just too quick to jump on there and say stupid shit.
I was about to say, like 30 years ago, this is the kind of things that get people like Nick Cannon and all these other people activated. That would have been a pamphlet that people threw away before the internet.
Yeah, it's true.
Or it would have been some dumb shit you said at a party, and somebody would have been like, "Well, whatever. I'm not gonna see him again." And you just move on. But now people read something and they don't do any kind of research. It just sounds smart. Oh shit! Let me lay this on everybody right there. You don't know how dumb you sound.
Where did you read that? I mean, somebody was telling me about it the other day. Okay, well,
yeah. I mean, I'm surprised y'all are surprised about this, man. I've seen so many black people today with money come out as Trump supporters. Your girl, what's her name from TLC? Chili.
The pretty one.
The dumb one.
Yeah.
The ignorant one.
Well, then
she fine as hell.
One of the other ones set her boyfriend's house on fire. So
that's the crazy one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's dead now.
Yeah, she is.
I don't know what's happening. It's either we're going back to the whole thing, and I'm just talking off the top of my head. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just taking guesses. I think it's just something either black people really are lured in by the sight of a man who has swagger and wealth. Because rappers long time ago when Trump was just a real estate dude and a game show host, rappers were, talking about him, like, oh, I'm like Trump, man. They were boasting about Trump, talking about his, his wealth and everything, even though he's a terrible businessman. But rappers were, pulled in back in the day. So either he still has that kind of allure on materialistic black people, or that like Batman and just has information that he's collected on all these on black. On blacks, the black community. So if y'all see me in about 5 weeks, man, Trump ain't so bad. I don't think he has anything I want, or I have anything he wants. But
you don't have a relative who might get deported that you need him to help you with, or somebody in jail you need bailed out.
Well, it's always him doing something for somebody.
It's always transactional.
It is with your boy Snoop Dogg. It's because he is some dude that was associated with Death Row.
Yeah.
He got a pardon for him.
Yeah.
Of course, your girl, what's her name?
Nicki
Minaj. Her damn pedophile brother is about to get deported, and she's trying to, I guess pedos help pedos.
Sure. Birds of a feather.
Yeah. Pedos of a feather.
He's a pedophile? Well, why didn't you say so?
It's another goddamn club they got going on. Who knows what else is happening, man. A lot of these people that you see supporting Trump, there's some sort of business connection. Dana White, I mean, they getting ready to have the damn build a damn fighting cage at the White House. Listen, there's always something going on with a lot of these people, man. What it is that's going on with Nick Cannon, I don't know. Again, a lot of rappers, they just ignorant. I don't know. I've seen too many rappers.
Sure. Does Nick Cannon count as a rapper?
Well, he's a musician.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a musician. He's in that crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, Waka Flocka Flame told people at one of his concerts, if you ain't for Trump, get out of here.
Give me my money back.
I guess I'm staying there.
I think it's come almost to a weird point where I think rappers probably are more behind Trump than country singers at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's something weird that's going on.
Because they asked Jelly Roll the other day, and he's like, I don't talk about politics. And
not anymore. Yeah, I've been through the grinder. I know how to. I only open my mouth to sing.
They're about to cut him open, take all that jelly out of it. There's a dude from, and a lot of it sometimes is just ignorance. I don't know what it is about certain black people, man, that when they reach a certain level of success, they just start believing in conspiracy theories and just the weirdest shit. There's a dude that was part of this band back in the day. Now, if you're an old hip hop head, you know what I'm talking about. There was a band called Brand Nubian, and there was a guy in there called Lord Jamar. Or Lord Jamal is Lord Jamal. Anyway, he's always talking crazy shit, and you knew that he was about to support Trump because he's also a flat earther.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, what's next? You goddamn lizard people?
But that's the thing, man. With the conspiracy theories, I see it over and over. You're right. They go into one, and that leads to the next one, and it leads to the next one. And next thing you know, they're paranoid schizophrenic. It's like too many of those. It just trips something in somebody's brain.
Yeah, what happens is you hit it 100%. We have been through so much shit that the government did not want to tell people. You know, murdering Black Panthers, experimenting on Black people. You know, not even telling you some of the atrocities that happened with slavery.
Right. Crack in the urban areas.
Yeah. You know, all this shit is true, man. It's factual, and some of it, for years, you were being called crazy because the government wanted to make you believe that we ain't doing shit. So yes, we are susceptible to believing, you know, a lot of things now that because they've been hidden from us, you know, our history has been lied about for the longest time. Shit, we've been tricked and fooled and believing some of it's not real. So it's that, you're 100% right, man. Is that
there's always going to be one, because I remember. I mean, I've always stayed kind of above it, but I've always been interested because some of them do end up being true. But like the Black Panther thing and stuff like that, it becomes darker, where it's just like the things that are verifiable are worse than the things that you're making up to a degree.
Yeah,
but I mean, growing up in high school, I mean, Alex Jones made Loose Change. Which was about 9/11 being an inside job. Most people are kind of 50-50 on that one, but it's led to Alex Jones being the QAnon, blah, 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 weird person today.
You see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, also keep in mind, I mean, did the government have something behind the assassination of MLK, you know, Martin Luther King? I mean, who knows? I mean, possibly. So there's a lot of shit that makes us kind of believe in all these weird things. But also, like I said, man, between being almost just driven into believing conspiracy theories, we're also very materialistic people.
Oh, yeah.
Very material. We love name brands. We rap about name brands. We brag about name brands. We ain't shit if we don't have name brands. And so when we see somebody, like I said, who's, you know, flashy and got swagger and, you know, is braggadocious like Trump, we fall for that shit. You know, so even if he's, you know, leading us to the plantation, you know, but he looked good doing it.
But you ever notice how all the other billionaires aren't doing what he's doing? They're not being flashy.
No. In fact, that is a sign of, if nothing else, that's a sign of wealth confidence. People with wealth, they don't want you to know they got money because they don't want you bothering them.
Exactly.
They don't want you coming to begging them for money. They don't want you'll even have billionaires, some of them. You see, the ones you see are the ones that want to be seen. These are like animals that, you know, are like that you don't see at the time. You know, like you know, there's a skunk in the neighborhood somewhere, but you won't ever see them. You know, a lot of times billionaires will not get the flashiest things. They will not dress up in the flashiest clothes. They ain't going around with all this bling and jewelry, and you know, that's how you know when somebody first won the lottery.
Oh yeah. When they're not used to the money, or they don't have as much as they're saying they have. Yeah, because they're putting on a show.
Yeah, exactly. Or they don't have as much, and they actually want to like make you think that they got more than what they really have. So all this stuff with Trump and black people, man, it all comes down to I ain't surprised that Nick Cannon supported Trump. I mean, listen, we did get more materialism than I thought, so you had a point. But and I read that and I was like, okay, just another day.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hey, how y'all doing, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday service. This is where we catch up on some things that happened during the week.
I was just like, okay, so Nick Cannon's okay with letting everybody know how dumb he is.
Yeah, the moment that Nick Cannon and I know these people are rich. Yeah, there's a certain amount of intelligence that got them where they are. But the moment that Nick Cannon and Elon Musk start trading notes on having babies and shit, I was like, nah, these brothers, hell no, I ain't got nothing. Man, look. Again, nothing against Nick Cannon, whatever. You know, people are allowed to believe they want to believe, but just keep in mind the dude dresses like a genie and got 50 kids from about 20 different women or something. And the man's got his own cult.
I think it's more like 12 kids from 6 moms.
From 6 months. So the man's got his own cult because all these women, all these women are infatuated. I don't know unless he's got a magic wand for a dick or something.
It's probably that genie.
Yeah, man. You know, so I was never surprised by anything crazy that Nick Cannon said or did because I just think his lifestyle is kind of out there. But that's him. He can do whatever he wants to. I don't give a and you know, these days I got too much to worry about. I used to be worried about this shit. Like I said, I cannot go out there and fight a tidal wave of stupid.
Well, ever since he bought Radio Shack and tried to turn it into something, and it didn't work out.
Wait a minute, did that really happen?
Yeah, it really happened. Yeah. It was this whole thing of he was going to rebrand Radio Shack. He bought Radio Shack, and it's like this is going to be where DJs come to get equipment and all this stuff, and it just never took off.
Brother, you would have been better off just buying a shack with no radio at all. Okay, so there you go. Yeah. Again, not surprised. Nick Cannon's a bad businessman. Trump's a bad businessman. Of course they're going to relate to each other. Whatever, man. Hey, but you know what? Thank y'all for bringing that up. Again, we got a great discussion from that. We can actually put that on YouTube with some nice editing. So
get to work.
I'll make y'all editors.
James is going, oh no.
That man bought Radio Shack. That's what it ended up being, just a shack.
Yeah.
Well, would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon, where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.